During the Revolutionary War, the young United States needed a document outlining its new government. In 1777, the Articles of Confederation were drafted and became the law of the land for the next decade. However, it had several glaring shortcomings in terms of actually governing, which became abundantly clear following the end of the war. But why was it so bad? The biggest issue was that the Articles of Confederation created an extremely weak federal government that had very little authority to do much of anything. For one, it had no ability to levy taxes, instead relying on states voluntarily giving money to them. That's right, voluntarily giving money. Good luck with that. There was also no standing army, which would come back to bite later. Also, there was only one branch of government. Without an executive or a judiciary, as we have under the Constitution, all of the government's functions fell to one group. These functions did not include such important things as declaring war or amending the Articles. That's right, to amend the Articles of Confederation, all 13 states had to agree. With a state like Rhode Island around, this was essentially impossible. However, this isn't to say that it was all bad. Under the Articles, the Treaty of Paris was signed, ending the Revolutionary War in 1783. While war could not be declared, treaties could be ratified by the national legislature. The Northwest Ordinance of 1787 was also a landmark, creating the guidelines for new states as well as implementing major reforms in the Northwest Territory. These included educational reform and a ban on slavery. However, the negatives outweighed the positives. Remember the lack of a standing army? In 1786, a man named Daniel Shays and a group of veterans from the American Revolution started a rebellion against the debt they were incurring despite their service to the nation. Shays' rebellion had begun. The ineffective government could do nothing as the angry farmers raided Massachusetts. It took a volunteer militia to put the rebellion down, and it served as an impetus for the Constitutional Convention in 1787. But how did the minds that created the near-perfect Constitution draft such a flawed document as the Articles of Confederation? Well, after declaring independence, the Founding Fathers were extremely scared to create a system that could lead to a monarchy, so they went the complete opposite direction. This overcorrection from British tyranny resulted in disastrous confederalism, which had to be corrected to keep the American experiment alive. With the Constitution and its amendments, the Goldilocks of founding documents, balance was achieved. The short-lived Articles of Confederation was a necessary wake-up call to the young republic, a stepping stone to one of the greatest documents in history, and the Constitution will remain the law of the land for as long as the sun rises in the east. Maybe.